Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. A ceasefire has been agreed to allow people from the cities of Suny and Irpin to leave after a heavy night of shelling on day 13 of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Here, rescuers searching for survivors after shelling overnight in Suny. It's unclear how many people made it out during the ceasefire period. Here, a Kharkiv resident posting footage showing the destruction on the streets of her city. And here, the mayor of Oktaya, describing how the city centre has been completely destroyed. Ukrainian President Zelensky posting another video to social media, comparing the war to his country's weather. The spring is similar to the war we experience, he said. Spring is harsh. We will win. The United Nations say the number of refugees who have fled Ukraine has surged past 2 million, describing it as one of the fastest exoduses in modern times. This is what they are fleeing. Desperate scenes in Irpin, people crossing a makeshift bridge in heavy snow, the scenes of war all around. The majority have come here to Poland, where more than 1 million have sought refuge. Other countries are helping too. A flight bound for Israel here taking 84 people, and here in the south of France, in the city of Perpignan, a gym has been turned into a makeshift shelter. An 11-year-old boy travelled 1,200 kilometres on his own to Slovakia, carrying no more than 2 small bags, a passport and his relative's phone number written on his hand. Hassan's mother put him on a train as she had to stay to look after her mother. But other children are less understanding. Heartbreaking scenes as this boy trudges after his mother, torn from his home by an incomprehensible war. Meanwhile, Volodymyr Zelensky has addressed British MPs via video link as his country continues to battle the invasion. It comes after Boris Johnson hosted a series of meetings in London with the leaders of Poland, Hungary, Slovakia and the Czech Republic. The series of meetings are to discuss the UK's support for security in Central Europe. The energy company Shell has pledged to stop buying oil from Russia as it apologised for its purchase of cheap Russian crude at the weekend. They also said it would close all of its service stations in the country and stop all current work there. Shell came under huge criticism at the weekend after it purchased a cargo of Russian crude at a discounted price. Its boss said that it was wrong to buy Russian oil. The UN climate chief says she has a warning for the world that Russia's invasion of Ukraine must not distract leaders from the escalating climate crisis.
Thank you to the UK.
She said despite the war in Ukraine, global warming remains the most rapidly growing threat to human species on the planet. The UNFCCC is the 196-country treaty on tackling climate change. Tens of thousands of Sydney residents have been told to evacuate their homes as floods ravage eastern Australia. Jet skis, not cars, are now the most efficient way to get around. In the past fortnight, New South Wales and Queensland have been pummeled by heavy downpours that have caused floods and killed 20 people. The threat has now intensified in Sydney, which has been hit by widespread flash flooding.
We have 15 evacuation warnings in place affecting 20,000 people. We also know that there is a pending evacuation order coming for many people as a result of the Manly Dam beginning to spill that will affect 800 homes and 2,000 people.
And people across the world have been celebrating International Women's Day. War or no war, women need to be respected, says this soldier in Odessa in Ukraine, who bought flowers to distribute as the city prepares its defences ahead of advancing Russian forces. In Tokyo, about 100 people marched on the streets of the capital to call for gender equality. And the Chinese astronaut Wang Yaping, the first female to enter the Tiangong space station, sent her greetings to all women back on Earth. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.